Washington, traffic, citation, expected 15, clear runway 19 left, Kilo 5, Vatsim, signature.
Mic check, mic check. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Alright, well, we are in Washington, Dulles International. We have only about 10 minutes to get ready and to depart out of here. So let's jump in and start getting ready because we don't have much time. We have our external power on, batteries on, cruise supply of oxygen on. Let's turn the 8 gears to align. Turn on our logo light. Arm the emergency lights. Turn up these lights. No smoking to automatic. Okay. Yeah, we're in a rush here today. We're just trying to get out of here. So, we're gonna be doing a really quick checklist and boarding and fueling and all of that stuff because we are behind schedule. So let's get back on schedule here as much as we can. We did have ATC, but unfortunately they did log off. So we might have ATC later on when we fly into Boston. So that should be good. Let's import our sim brief data here. Let's make sure Volanta is understanding what we're doing. I don't think it does. There we go. Let's update that so the thing is updated as well. The overlay, because it likes to fall off sometimes. Alright, so we are at Washington Dulles. We gotta get ready quickly. You can see our route here on screen. Let's switch over to the cockpit view and let's start getting prepped for our flight. First of all, let's get fuel. We're gonna do an instant refuel because we ain't got time. Let's get this up to 5,500. Refuel instant. Payload services. Jet bridge, please. Baggage truck as well. Payload. We're gonna do a fast loading. We have a full flight. Let's begin boarding, please. Is the jet bridge broken as always? Yes, it is. That's fine. TCAS is on standby. We'll click up the floodlights by a couple of clicks. We'll put these lights up as well. And we can turn off the dome lights. Whoops, wrong switch. There we go. Dome lights off. The only thing that's off right now is pumps. Other than that, we're good. Alrighty, let's turn up the brightness on all of the displays. I want to see everything as brightly as possible. I mostly fly at night, so I gotta get used to having all of the brightnesses up as much as possible. Okay, I think we've got everything set up. We got the e-cams nice and bright. We got the main displays, the flight displays, all of that. Okay, now it's time to file our flight plan. And I'll switch back over to the navigation window so you guys can see what we're doing here. Alright, so we're going to go to our vPilot and we're going to file a flight plan. And that is going to bring us over to this window. We've got our SimBrief window, and SimBrief we have our ATC flight plan that we can copy over. And we can import it into here, copy and paste, process. The only thing that's left is to put in our fuel time. Let's take a look at our briefing. For fuel, we have 2 hours and 28 minutes of total fuel time. Alrighty. Let's write in 0228 is our fuel endurance for today. Jacoby Swan, direct to Bros, JFK Roebuck 3. I have flown the Roebuck 3 arrival before into Boston, and this one is a complete arrival. Alright, I don't know if you guys heard that beep beep beep, but that was our auto ATC. There does not appear to be any controllers providing clearance delivery services at your departure airport. Please squawk 0547. Okay. For your IFR flight, this will aid in your identification. Perfect. Yes, we...
Dulles traffic, United 2125, 8 mile final for runway 19 left, Dulles traffic.
Okay, we've got some planes coming in, traffic. Planned flight plan for today, including block time, is about an hour and 30 minutes, I think. So that should be good to go. Okay, flight plan
Boarding
is...
completed.
Boarding is completed. Let's set up our flight computers. FMGC is currently correct and up to date. GPS is lost. Why did we lose GPS? We should have GPS aligning. Oh, and still 3 minutes. Okay. We've got 3 more minutes of alignment there.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, on behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer, and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to receive final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft.
We'll wait for that
we do
to
appreciate
be
your business having
aligned.
aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
Let's go to our AOC menu. Let's go to the initialization page and we'll request our data in here. And we've got data. Let's go to the second init and request information into here as well, please. Okay, we've got that. Page
Dulles traffic,
2.
United 2125, 3 mile final, runway 19 or left, Dulles traffic.
5.5 in our block fuel. Zero fuel weight is 50 or 60.6. 60.6. Let's double check. 60.6. Yes, that is correct. Okay, we are fully loaded with people, so we can say goodbye to the jet bridge. And we've got alignment for 1 more minute, so that's fine. Let's do our flight plan. We are scheduled to be departing from runway 30. 30, using the Jacoby 4 with the Swan transition. Okay. Yep, Jacoby 4 Swan transition. And that flight, that chart, let's take a look at that chart so we can figure out what are we gonna be doing on departure from 30, climb on heading 301 to 820, then turn right heading 320 or as assigned vectors to cross Rhines at or above 3000, and then we should be direct to Jacoby, right? Let's double check. Rhines, Jacoby, Grim. Okay. Okay, perfect, perfect. Also, we need to set up our arrival into Boston. We're going for runway 33. 33 left. Via the Roebuck 3 arrival. Are we using the Ben transition? No, we're using a B-Bog. So, is this incorrect? Okay, we'll say no via.
Dulles traffic, United 2125, clear for runway 19 left, ramp the
JFK transition.
Juliet, final call. Still traffic.
Yeah, we were supposed to have transmission B-Bog, but apparently that's not in there. Oh, there's B-Bog. Okay, so it's just called Ben something. Okay. B-Bog, manual. Why do we have a manual from B-Bog? If it gets us directly to where we need to go? Because the next waypoint should be Yaz. Oh, I see. I had the wrong thing here. Okay, let's change it to the Ben transition. So we're gonna go arrival 33 left. Okay. Star. The BIA is what I want to change. There we go. So, rollback 3. Are we gonna have to like change it so we can change it? Arrival, yeah, let's change it to something else. Jfon, Goshi, on deck. Okay, insert. And now we go back and we say arrival 33 left, rollback 3, Ben transition, Ben via JFK transition. Insert. Let's see. Manual, Ben, Kojas, Nimoy. Okay, perfect. Okay, so that is ready to go. Constraints on both. Flight director is on. Performance. Performance. Let's check out our performance calculations. Our performance calculations. We don't need anti-icing for today. They want us at flex, flaps 1, 64 degrees, 141, 141, 142. Okay. Flaps 1. Flex temperature is 64. 141, 141, and 142. Okay. And what is our wind component for today? 58. 58 for the wind component. There we go. Those calculations are done. Everything here is set. Maximum takeoff altitude on Jacoby 4 is 3,000 until we get to Rains. So 3,000 is set here. Heading is already pre-programmed for 301, which is gonna get us pretty much almost directly to Rhines. And then we can adjust from there. Right, let's see our flight plan here. Yeah, so it takes us off onto there until 8:20 and then we go to Rhines direct. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, what else do we need? Let's get some lights on here. Beacon lights on. Master switch for the
Flight
APU
arm doors and cross-track.
on. arm all of our doors. That's correct. So let's lock the cockpit door. And the next thing we're gonna need here is gonna be pushback. But we need to get the APU running first. Spooling up. APU is coming online. Let's get ready. Okay, our final altitude for today is flight level 310. Our takeoff maximum is 3,000 feet. We are, oh yes, squawk code 0547. 0547. Automatic. TARA, so they can see us on the ground. Let's take a look at the airport. Okay, if we're going for runway 30, we need to back out to the right. Yeah, we need to face left from here and then drive over to taxiway Delta. And we can take Delta down to Zulu, and from Zulu directly to 30. Okay, how's our APU? Our APU is online. We're gonna put the bleeds on as well. We're gonna put the pumps on. We are going to get the ground power unit disconnected, the pushback tug connected. We're gonna switch over to the ignition. We're gonna take a look behind us. Absolutely nobody. That's good. We're going to start engine number 2. Release the parking brake and start our taxi. Engines are spooling up. We're about 6 minutes behind schedule. Not too bad. Not too bad. We can survive that. Okay, sounds like engine number 2 has spooled up pretty well here. Let's start making our turn on the taxi as well. Yep, engine number 2 is available. Let's get engine number 1 started up. Let's zoom out a little bit so we can see what's going on here. Oh, did the tug decide he's not taking us any further than that? Well, that's great. Can we get him back on, please? What the heck is he doing? What is this tug doing? How am I still taxiing if he's not even, getting pushed back? He's not even connected to me. I have no idea what's going on. This game sometimes likes to break. Our tug is not even connected, but we're still taxiing back, so I'll take it. Engine number 1 still spooling up. Got a perfect line here. Let's just speed up a little bit.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Okay. Flight attendants preparing for takeoff. Good. Engines are online. Did they want our bleeds on for takeoff? they do want the bleeds on for takeoff. Okay, that's fine. We can keep the bleeds on for takeoff. Okay, let's turn more. Line up with this taxiway right here. We're almost there. And stop. Parking brake on, tug disconnected, pushback system off. Let's keep the fuel screen on here. Information screen is on. Ground spoilers are armed. Auto brakes to maximum. Seat belts on. No smoking on. Strobe lights to on. Okay. I'll put them to automatic for now. APU bleeds are on. Takeoff configuration. Okay. Flaps are not set. Flaps 1. Auto spoilers are armed. Cabin check. Take your seats, get ready. Takeoff configuration is normal. Taxi lights on. Okay. And now we gotta start our taxi via Zulu to runway 30. Sorry, it's gonna be Delta and then Zulu to runway 30. Right, yeah. Delta Zulu. I don't see anybody around us in terms of traffic. Although there is a couple of planes on the ground. They should be right to our left here. Oh yeah, there's one. Okay. And oh, we can just take Zulu directly to the runway. Let's just do that. Let's zoom in so I can actually see the taxiway names. I can figure this out. I think this is Zulu, so let's take a lefty. Zulu. Oops. And we'll continue on down this taxiway. Okay, everything is ready for takeoff. We are 12 minutes behind schedule. Not too bad. All this traffic, Air Canada 455, taxiing to runway 30 via Zulu, Air Canada 455, now this traffic. Just to announce our position, just in case. Alright, let me get my Navigraph ready here. We are gonna want to overlay the departure chart, so we can see what we're doing. And we are pretty much ready for takeoff. This is the fun part coming up right now. Thanks to anybody that's watching. Really appreciate you. I am very new to streaming. I've been flying for a while, but now I've decided to stream. So all of your support is very highly appreciated. Okay, let's stop before the runway. We'll listen to any kind of traffic to see if there's anybody else around here that is coming in for landing or trying to take off for some reason. Okay. Switch into the cockpit view. Turn off our taxi lights, turn on the landing lights. There we go. And I think we're ready for takeoff. Dallas traffic, Air Canada 455, lining up runway 30. Dallas traffic, Air Canada 455. Okay. And let's announce our takeoff. Dallas traffic, Air Canada 455, taking off runway 30. Dallas traffic, Air Canada 455. I think we're good to go. Everything is set. Power to 50%. Engines are responding. Flex. Here we go. A little bit of nose down. Airspeed is alive. Oh no, we're 80. 100. Continue. Coming up on V1 and rotate. Come on, rotate. Holy, what was that? Didn't want to take off. Positive rate, gear up. Rate of climb is good. Ground spoilers can be disarmed. Let's switch our frequency to Unicom.
Hello, here, terminal D, our concourse D at Delta 15. Push back on the Delta traffic.
Let's get back on course according to the departure chart. Okay, levers to climb. Okay, autopilot is on. Let's get up to 3,000 feet. Let's go direct Rhines. We are safe speed. We can put flaps away. Oh, we didn't set the correct altimeter. Holy moly. There we go. 3003. Is it still correct? 3004 is actually correct. Okay. 3004. 3,000. Let's climb up to 31. We don't have any more restrictions after Rhines, so we can keep climbing up to our cruise altitude. Let's take a look outside. Washington, D.C. Very beautiful underneath us. adjust our lights. Nav logo lights off. Strobes on. Thank you. We don't need the APU anymore. Everything else is good until we get to 10,000, and then we can turn off the other lights and the seatbelt sign as well. We are on Unicom. We don't really need to announce our position right now. There is basically nobody in the area, and nobody is announcing that they're coming in for landing. Just double check on traffic here. Yeah, there is nobody around. A couple of guys on the ground in Washington, where we just took off from. Nothing else exciting. Oh my god, there's a couple of people watching on YouTube. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I am so new to the whole streaming thing, and every time I try to do it, I run into all kinds of problems. Tonight, my sim was acting up, so I had to restart it like 3 or 4 times, and now it's working okay. So I really appreciate it. We are a little bit behind schedule in terms of our flight plan, but it's not too bad. I think we'll be able to catch up in the air. What do we got in terms of ATC? So no ATC for the first little while until we get into the Boston control zone, and there we have Boston Center still online, although he has been online for 2 hours. So no guarantees there. There is tower and approach at Boston Logan International, but again, no guarantee that they're gonna stay on, so we'll just fly our flight as planned. We'll do everything as intended, and we won't worry about the ATC, but if we do get some ATC, that'll be really nice to have. Okay, I'm gonna keep the seatbelts on for a little while we're making this big turn, even though we're above 10,000 feet already. A little bit of overcast here in Washington, it looks like, at about 10,000 feet. Not too bad though, we can still see everything. Oh, it doesn't look beautiful though. That
Don't
needs
check.
to.
2175 destination runway 30, don't check.
There you go, somebody taking off from runway 30, that was, which we just took off from, Dallas International in Washington, D.C. And now we're climbing above 12,000, almost 13,000 now. We've got the wings all cleaned up, the lights are on correctly. Seatbelts, yeah, let's turn off the seatbelt sign. Seatbelt sign is off. The passengers can stop moving around. We can unlock the cockpit door. And now the next thing that we're gonna have to do, ice detected. Okay, let's put on the anti-ice and the probe and window heat. There we go. But yeah, next checkpoint coming up is 18,000 feet, and that is when we're going to switch our altimeter to standard. We did screw up at takeoff and didn't set our altimeter to the correct setting. That could have been bad, especially if ATC was on. We would have heard about that, but we got away with it this time. These lights are a little bit too bright for me. Floodlights too. Let's dim them down. Let's dim everything down. Let's have a nice calm flight here. Passing 16,000. Couple more until we switch the barometers. We are on our flight plan. We are on the standard instrument departure right now, which is going to be this waypoint rim that we just passed, and then Suki is coming up right there, and then Swan is already the start of our cruise phase. We're going to be in cruise for actually a decent amount of time. I'd probably want to say about 45 minutes or so. And then at transition VOR JFK, we're gonna be switching over to the descent. Standard barometers on at 18,000. Let's take a look at navigation here so you guys can see what I was talking about. I'm just gonna hide away the sim brief because we don't need that anymore. But if you guys take a look at basically where we are right now, and as I said, we've just passed Grim. We're coming up to Suki. Swan is the start of our cruise, and then we're going to be on cruise all the way to JFK. And then we are going to be descending via Roebuck 3 for runway 33 left. Roebuck 3 for 33 left, coming in from Kennedy. They want us at 23,000 at Flex. No lower than 21 at Ruiz. No lower than 70 or above 17 at All-In. Above 16 at Banky. Between 19 and 12 at Roebuck. 11 at Proby. 11 at Jaina. And then we're going all the way to Bog here. So then we're gonna go to 8,000, 6,000, 6,000. And the ILS for runway 33 left is starting at 4,000. So basically between B-Bog and the first waypoint on the ILS approach, Ben, we're gonna need to lose another couple of thousand feet here. If there's ATC, they'll vector us in. They'll let us know exactly when we need to descend, slow down, speed up, anything else. But for now, we're just basically double checking everything to make sure we know what we're going to be doing in the case that that things change. And then maybe we don't have any more ATC, and then we need to figure it out on our own. And so I always like to take a look at all the charts, know all the charts ahead of time. I've flown into Boston Logan many times. Honestly, it's one of my favorite airports to fly into. They have great ATC service when it is online. All of the controllers are very, very highly skilled, highly professional, and they're awesome at what they do, and they make things pretty smooth and easy. So I do really like flying into Boston. I've flown out of Dulles a few times as well, and usually there's ATC there as well, which is nice, but tonight we did have ATC online. When I logged in, I had some issues getting the stream going and getting the sim going, and by the moment everything was online, unfortunately they had logged off. But we are still gonna do our flight as planned. We are passing almost 25,000 feet right now. We've only got 6 more thousand feet to our cruise altitude. We are getting through these clouds here that did have a little bit of ice in them, a little bit of moisture. So we did need to turn on our anti-ice and our wing and veto heat. Oh, this is going to be a cool little pass through the clouds. Let's take a look at that. Still climbing, almost at 26,000 at about 290 knots indicated. Ground speed showing about 423 knots. And we're passing through some really fluffy blue clouds here. This is why I love flying flight sim and Vatsim and all of this stuff, is you can't do this thing in real life, unfortunately. I know a lot of people are lucky enough to become pilots and have, you know, local regional airports beside those where they can afford to do the flights and the private pilot's license. I'm hoping to do that one day if I can afford to and if I have the time. But for now, this is the best we get. We get to fly whatever planes we like, from wherever we like to wherever we like. We gotta learn the charge just like they do in real life and all the rest of it, so it definitely makes a pretty cool experience. I just love looking at the trees underneath us, all the lights, contrails coming off of our engines, and smoke, condensation, whatever it is. It is pretty cool. If you guys are still watching, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate your support. Please leave a like, a comment, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. I try to stream as much as I can, but I would say on average it's probably like 2 or 3 times a week. And I vary between flight sim, and then sometimes I also do some racing, some other content. We kind of do a bunch of different stuff here, which is fun. We've got a flight passing in front of us here at about 30 nautical miles away. Who is that? Where are we here? We took off from... oh, there we are. So this is JetBlue in an Embraer 190. So I think that's a Embraer 900 or something like that. JetBlue 1447 on his way to Boston as well from Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International. Pretty cool. Alright. Wait, is that the same flight? I don't think that's the same one because the JetBlue is flying kind of sideways here. 39. Yeah, it's the only plane in the area unless there's somebody without a flight plan that is connected to the network, but we would still see them on the radar. So yeah, I don't know who that is. I think it's the JetBlue. Yeah, I think it's the JetBlue. But I can't tell for sure. Alright, we are really coming close to our cruise altitude of 31,000 feet. Since we don't have any ATC, I will turn the speed up a little bit to save us that time that we lost on startup in the airport. So we will also be a little bit quicker, save ourselves some time, save our passengers time. Ice is not longer detected. We can turn all of the anti-ice devices off. Seatbelts are off. They've been off for a while. And we don't really need anything else for right now. We're just gonna be cruising for probably about 35-45 minutes, and then we're gonna be starting our descent. Yeah, it's probably the JetBlue because he's lining up with us right now. He's kind of coming across. I think his flight plan was bringing him across and then turning, just like ours was kind of bringing us into the New York control center and then across to the north to Boston. So I think his was kind of similar, and that's why it looked on the radar like he was moving across us and then coming with us on the same way.
Once again from the flight deck, Captain speaking. We've just reached our cruising altitude for the flight. As we begin to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your feet and elbows clear from the aisle as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin with galley cards shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating with the front galley where the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
I just got an alert on the stream, and I don't know what it is. I don't see anything. Doesn't look like anybody sent any gifts or any chat messages. So what was that thing for? Let's take a look. Notifications, news, nothing. I have no idea. Very random. Alright, we're at cruise altitude. Let's turn up the speed just a notch. What are we at? 7, 8? Let's go to 7, 9. 7, 9. Save us a bit of time. Too steep of a path ahead. I don't know why this keeps on coming up. I think it's an error. Unless it's kind of counting our manual flight and it's saying, oh yeah, you're gonna have to be too steep because you're gonna lose 2,000. Yeah, from here, 6,000 to 4,000. I don't know why. I could delete this manual and put ourselves directly to Ben. Let's do that. Let's delete the manual. Let's delete the discontinuity. Let's delete the steep path. It's not allowing us to do that, but now we're just gonna fly direct to Ben. That's fine. Where is our top of descent? Top of descent is at news at 3:02. Oh, so that's only like 12 minutes of cruise time. Okay, I thought we had more than that. It really looks like more than that on the map. But no, we're already halfway through our cruise. We've only gonna have 12 more minutes before we start descending. Alright, let's take a look outside. Whoa, that is cool, man. What are we even flying over right now? I have no idea. Must be something big though. It looks beautiful. Yeah, that's another reason I love this game. The graphics are amazing. Alright, well, we're going to be in cruise for a few minutes. Let me put you guys into the cruise screen, and I will be back with you shortly. Alright. I think we are starting to get closer to our descent here. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, we also need to enter the destination information. So our top of descent is after JFK, okay. That's fine with me. Boston Center is still online. We are getting close to their area. So we should enter their frequency into standby. Like so. And we'll be ready when that comes. Let's enter the destination information now, so it doesn't yell at us later. QNH is 3017. 3017. Temperature is 03 with negative 13. Magnitude of winds is 290 at 6 knots. So 290 over 6. And we are doing, yeah, we'll do a full landing configuration. We're not going to take over. Anyways, VLS is about 128. Roger that. That is entered. That is ready. And top of descent is still saying at news at 3:02 in another 5 minutes. Okay. 5 minutes to go to start of descent. That is cool. Sorry about that. I am back again. Before we start descending, what are we gonna do? We're gonna slow back down to manage speed, because we did speed up a little bit faster because we want to save some time. So, why are you digging at me? Gavin, what's going on? I am not sure, but okay. But yeah, we're gonna slow back down. What are the speed restrictions on this descent? We need to be at 260 knots at Roebuck, 250 at Jaina, 240 at Ainsley, 220 at Beery, 210 at Bog. So we're gonna have to slow down and descend kind of at the same time. So we need to plan our descent accordingly and our speed restrictions accordingly as well. How close are we now to Boston Control? Ooh, we're getting very, very close. We are still connected. We did not get a message yet, but I'm wondering if we should just switch over, because we are probably about 2 minutes away from entering his zone. Yeah, we're flying right over JFK right now. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, flying right over JFK. Pretty cool. Or is that JFK right here? Yeah, never mind. Oh my god, I always get confused between JFK and LaGuardia and all of the other airports that are in that area. That's Newark. Okay, switch back down to manage speed. We are only 2 minutes away from our descent. Our first restriction is flight level 230 right after news. So I think what we'll do is we will start our descent now to flight level, oh actually we're 16 nautical miles away. We're gonna go another 32 nautical miles to Fex. Okay, with 5 nautical miles to go to news, we'll switch over to our next altitude, and we are very, very close now to Boston Center, so let's switch over.
JetBlue 1447, just a hard descent to flight level 230, please.
Okay, 10 nautical miles to go to
61
news.
Charlie Papa, Almost 32 at New Bank, we're ready to go.
Number 641, Charlie Papa, fly runway heading, runway 32, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading departure, 32, clear for takeoff. 61 Charlie Papa, thank you.
Alrighty, let's start our descent to flight level 230. Boston Center, good evening. Account of 455 with you, flight level 310, descending down to 230.
Put in the flight deck.
Air Canada,
As we have
4
noticed,
5,
we've begun our
Boston
initial
Center,
descent
hello,
to
radar
destination.
contact,
Now
and
would be a good
turn
time
your
to wrap up
descending to
any
flight level
business and take
230.
care as we prepare for approach.
A firm.
If you are up, once you return to your seat, we
Well,
ask
you
that
can
remain
descend
seated
and
until
maintain
you
flight level
arrive
230, thank you.
Flight attendants,
Descent,
please
maintain
prepare
230,
for
account of 455, thank you. Okay, so he was happy with us ascending down to 230 because that's the next
Number
restriction on our
641,
flight
Charlie
plan
Papa,
anyways.
Boston Center, radar contact, shall shoot.
Climbing 500 to 2,500 for 0 Charlie Papa.
There's 2 aircraft talking.
Number 641, Charlie Papa, climb and maintain 8,000, cleared direct Palma.
Update to Alphabet Palma, 61 Charlie Papa.
Center, JetBlue 1420, we're just stepping away for a few.
1420, roger.
So the only thing we didn't get yet is confirmation of the descent path. We do have a Robot 3 on our flight plan. He didn't tell us that we cannot have that. But he might come back to us and say there's some sort of amendment.
Boston Center, this is Delta 3 Heavy. We're going to disconnect here due to some issues. Have a good, we'll go to CNX. See ya.
See ya. Delta 726, contact Boston approach 133.0.
Unfortunately, somebody's having some issues. They're going to have to disconnect. That sucks.
Contact Boston approach 133.0, Delta 726.
Okay, we're passing 26,000 feet. We're still 17 nautical miles
American
away.
3079, descend via the Robot 3 arrival, runway 33 left, Providence, altimeter 3017.
Via the Robot 3 for 33 left. American 3079.
15 nautical miles away from Fex. And then from Fex, we gotta descend down to flight level 210. And continue on our descent. Fingers crossed for a better landing today. Because the last couple of landings I've had have not been great. So So I'm hoping to do a little bit better today. Let's see how well we do. It's usually easy to land this plane, but I don't know what happened. The last couple of times I got floaty, and then your plane gets really slow, and then you kind of plop down a little bit. So that was not good. Let's try and improve on that today. Okay, so we are only a few nautical miles away from waypoint Fex right here. You guys can see it hopefully. And once we pass Fex, we're gonna set altitude 21,000 and
JetBlue 1192, contact Boston approach 133.0.
Over your approach, 123 JetBlue 1192.
JetBlue 1447, descend via the Roebuck 3 arrival, runway 32 west, Providence altimeter 3017.
3016, descend via the Roebuck 3 for 33 left, JetBlue 1447.
3016 now. Let's double check. 3017. 16. Good. Winds are 350 at 3 knots now. And temperature is still +3 with a -13 dew point. Okay, we've reached our waypoint. Let's go down to 21,000. Pretty sure this is New York on our left, because we just passed JFK. So I would imagine this is the rest of New York. Alright, once we get to Ruiz, which is the next waypoint here, we are going to have to descend to 17,000. Or at least +17, but it's nice to be at the specified altitude, and then they want us down to 12,000 by Roebuck. We've got a pretty nice flow of other aircraft on the same arrival path on Roebuck 3. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 planes right now.
American 3079.
And one more coming in for landing. We got JetBlue 1447 right in front of us. American Airlines in front of him. American Airlines 3079. JetBlue 1192 in front of that guy. And then we have Delta Airlines 726 in front of him. So yeah, pretty busy airspace here. Very busy airspace. Okay, we're at 21,000. Let's start slowing down, I think. Let's maybe start slowing down. Need to be at 260 at Roebuck, which is about 3 more waypoints ahead of us. We are currently at 290.
Boston Center, yeah, 2135, flight level 200 on the Roebuck 3 arrival.
Yeah, 2135, Boston Center, hello, radar contact.
Let's slow down.
Boston Center, hello, November 9140, Romeo 7000.
It is busy in Boston right now.
Norman 941 here, Bravo, say again please.
It's gonna be fun.
Bravo 7000, direct Carson.
Norman 941, 140 here, Bravo, Boston Center, hello.
Boston Center, good day, American 2120 descending through flight level 250.
American 2120 Boston Center, hello, descend and maintain flight level 210.
To maintain flight level 210, American 2120.
Yep, lots of planes on the same arrival on the Roebuck 3.
5649, leaving my airspace, New York Center is offline, radar service terminated for exchange crew.
Over to you, Tom, for 5649, have a good evening.
Okay, 5 nautical miles away from Ruiz, then we gotta get down to as close as possible to 17,000.
Captain 1447, contacted Boston, approach 133.0, good night.
1330, let's see, have a good night, Jeffrey 1447.
Air Canada 455, descend via the Roebuck 3 arrival, runway 33 west, Providence altimeter 3016.
Roebuck 3 arrival and expecting 33 left, 3016 and the altimeter at Canada 455, thank you.
American 2120, recycle transponder.
So we just got basically confirmation of everything we were planning to do. We are going to be flying according to plan.
American 2120.
So we are good to go and descend down to 17,000. What did they want us at Banky? They're saying plus 16. Okay. So basically that's like kind of the recommended ceiling for the approach. But if you fly the recommended altitudes, I find usually
Charlie Papa,
get pretty nice, smooth descent.
And when able, shape approach.
Alright, so we'll call you back. We'll get the weather. Number 61 Charlie Papa.
Okay, I think we're going to be higher than the 17, so we're going to set the 16 to try and get to Banky at 16,000. We're going to have to set up the altimeter.
At Plymouth. We're looking to do the ILS runway 6 approach from the Providence viewer.
Number 64, Charlie Papa, Roger, you can expect that. JetBlue 207, release for departure. Clearance for it if not off in 10 minutes. If not off in 10 minutes, advise me of your intentions no later than 20 minutes. Time now is 0312. Change to advisory frequency of the cruise.
Wow. Okay, making the turn from Banky. We are passing about 18,600. So we are a little bit higher than where we need to be, but we're going to be fine. As long as we're between 19,000 and 12,000 at Roebuck, we are good. And we are already within those limits. Okay, there we go, 18,000. Let's set the altimeter to 3016. Let's set this altimeter to 3016. And we are good on the altimeters. Let's start also descending to 12,000 and slowing down to 260. We'll do 270 first, and then we'll slow down to 260. Coming in on a descent into Boston Logan International. We took off from the Dulles Washington International. It was a pretty good takeoff, except a little bit of a wobble there at takeoff. The plane literally just didn't want to get off the ground. Even though our rotate speed was 141 knots.
We'd like to cancel IFR at this time.
Is anybody else online?
Cancellation with speed.
Yes, Boston approach 1330. We are going to set that into here. 1330. Perfect. Okay, 260 knots. Come on, slow down. Air brakes out. Help us out here. descending as well. Okay, I think we should put on the seatbelt signs on. Just for everybody, you know, to calm down, take their seats. And start getting ready, because the last leg of this approach is quite interesting.
Boston Center ident. Affirmative.
Yeah, it could get pretty interesting towards the end here. Might get wobbly. Everybody sit down, buckle up, get ready. Okay, speed brake, we no longer need that.
7207 radar contact 3 miles to the southwest.
Can now set 11,000.
Climb and maintain flight level 360, and just confirm you're squawking 5536.
Okay, we gotta keep 11,000 exactly until Jaina. And we need to slow down to 250.
360. If we choose your zone, climb and maintain flight level 360. Air Canada 455, contact Boston approach 133.0, good night.
Over the Boston approach, 1330, Air Canada 455, thank you.
American 2120, descend to via.
Okay, and then tower's gonna be 1288. 1288. Set.
Delta 726, welcome to Boston. Left turn off the runway when able.
Slow down to 250.
Park any gate for Delta 726.
Hey, Delta 726, Roger. Straight ahead. Do you have a taxiway straight ahead? I'm not sure what scenery you have.
Yeah, I have it straight ahead.
Okay, straight ahead, cross runway 4 left, left to right on Alpha to get.
Contact.
Cross 4 left and then repeat the last one. Very good.
American 3079, turn left heading 360, join the runway 33 left, localized.
Up to 360, John 5 for American 379.
JetBlue 1192, 3000 until established, I'm sorry, 3000 to Kbos and then clear for the ILS runway 33 left approach.
3000 to Kbos and cleared ILS 33 left, JetBlue 1192.
Boston approach, good evening, Air Canada 455 with you at 11,000.
Air Canada 455, Boston approach, the Boston altimeter 3016, descend via the Roebuck 3 arrival, ILS 33 left.
Roebuck 3 arrival, ILS 33 left, 3016 and the altimeter, Air Canada 455.
Air Canada 455, the Boston altimeter 3016.
3016, Air Canada 455. Wasn't that what I said? I'm pretty sure I said 3016, but okay.
Boston approach Delta 5648, descending through flight level 240.
Okay, our next flight level is 8,000.
5648, Boston approach, the Boston altimeter 3016, descend via the J-Fund 2 arrival. Expect the ILS runway 33 left approach.
We'll expect the 33 left approach via the J-Fund 2 arrival, Delta 5648.
Okay.
American 3079,
and that's some converging approaches.
7 miles from Kbos, cross Kbos at 3000, cleared ILS runway 33 left.
I will cross Kbos at 3000, cleared ILS 33 left in the speed arc.
Okay, we're about to cross Jaina.
3079, speed is your discretion now.
Let's go down to 8,000.
And just for your information, once you get the approach clearance, that cancels all the previous speed restrictions unless they say something else.
I appreciate that, thank you.
Boston approach Delta 5648.
Yeah, Delta 5648, go ahead.
Yeah, we're way too high for this arrival. Is there a way we can extend our approach out just so we can get down to the altitude?
That's not a problem. Just continue on the lateral part of the arrival. Descend and maintain 6,000. You can do that at your discretion, and you should take the downwind enough so that you can get down for the.
Perfect.
Very nice. This is why I love the ATC in Boston. They're so nice. They'll lead you to the right vectors. They'll do everything you need to make sure you can get in safely. I love it.
33 left, clear.
33 left, clear the land. JetBlue 1192.
JetBlue 1447, turn left heading 360.
Okay, we're below 10,000.
Join the runway 33 left, local left.
Let's get
Okay,
lights on.
360 heading 4,000 to join the 33 left localized for JetBlue 1447.
Landing lights, takeoff lights, and taxi runway. Run off lights. Or runway runoff lights, yeah. That's what we call it. We are below 9,000 as well. We can turn on the landing system. And landing system on the other guy as well. We are tuned into 110.7. Let's double check the ILS chart. 110.7. Perfect. Okay. We're coming up on 8,000 here. Okay, now they want us at 6,000.
American 3079.
6,000.
The wind 350 at 3 knots.
220 knots.
33 left, clear left.
Clear land 33 left. American 3079.
Let's do this. It's gonna be a really cool approach. Couple of big turns. It's nice.
Boston approach, good day, American 2120, receive TLO.
American 2120 Boston, approach to Boston, altimeter 3016. Descend via the Roebuck 3 arrival, ILS 33 left.
3016, and by the Roebuck 3 arrival, 33 left, American 2120.
Okay.
JetBlue 1192, left turn off the runway 18.
Left enable JetBlue 1192.
6,000 is set.
JetBlue 1447, 8 miles from Kbos, cross Kbos at 3,000, cleared ILS runway 33 left.
Cohos for 3,000, clear the ILS 33 left, JetBlue 1447.
Let's get ready here. We're coming up on the next waypoint called Beret.
Hey, JetBlue 1192, are you going to the Charlie gates?
Let's start slowing down to 210.
Okay, I think you need to go straight ahead on Bravo and then make a left opposite direction on Alpha to the gate.
I should have Bravo and then Alpha to the gate at JetBlue 1192, thanks.
Okay, checking my charts here for the ILS approach. We need to be at Cohos at 3,000.
Okay, Delta 5648 with your altitude. Looks like it's going to be about a 20
launch
mile
of flaps.
Yeah, copy that. We're working on getting it down. The autopilot was giving us issues.
Yeah, it's hard to do that and keep the speed at the right speed. I get that totally, so not a problem for me, and get you in there.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Air Canada 455, turn left heading 360, descend and maintain 4,000, join runway 33 left, local line.
Left turn 330, 3000, and we will join the 33 left localizing and the 455. Okay, let's make our turn 360. Ascend to
American
3000.
3079, welcome to Boston. Left turn
Air
off the runway
brakes
when air.
out. I want to slow down to about 180.
JetBlue 1447, wind calm, runway 33 left, clear to land.
Little land, please, left JetBlue 1447.
Alright, we're getting ATC.
American 3079, you going to the Bravo gate?
Flaps 2.
Yeah, we're going Bravo 19, American 37.
180 knots. Speed brakes back
American
out.
3079,
Back in.
roger, straight ahead, left turn on out to the gate.
I left turn alpha to the gate for American 3079, thanks.
Okie dokie.
American 455, 8 miles from Kbos, maintain present heading and 3000 full established, cleared ILS runway 33 left approved. Delta Fit 648, turn right heading 300. If you pick up the localizer there, join the localizer, let me know if you don't.
Turn right heading 300, and we'll let you know if we pick up that localizer.
American 2120, reduce speed to 210 knots.
210 knots, American 2120.
And Delta 5648, I think I'm going to give you a little more time with that descent and put you behind the jet ahead of you. So fly heading 270, descend and maintain 6,000, and it'll be vectors for the ILM.
Fly heading 270 down to 6,000 and vectors for the ILS 33 left, Delta 5648.
Kind of made a turn there without announcing it. Hopefully we don't get in trouble. Alright, we're 170 knots. Let's set up auto brakes low.
JetBlue 1447, welcome to Boston, left turn off to runway 18.
Yep, we'll take November, JetBlue 1447.
Thank you.
Boston approach United 2135, one lane, rope 3, arrival to descending.
United 2135, Boston approach to Boston, altimeter 3016, descend via the Roebuck 3 ILS 33.
ILS 33, Roebuck 3 arrival, and 3016 for the altimeter United 2135. And we're going to step here away for just a second.
Roger. JetBlue 1147, straight ahead, left turn on Alpha to the gate.
Okay, straight left alpha to the gate, we're tagged in the Charlie gate, JetBlue 1447. Thanks, good night.
Yep, good night.
Okay, getting ready to engage.
Okay, Delta 5648, turn right heading 360, center maintain 6,000, join the runway 33 left localizer.
Turn right heading 360 down to 6,000 to join the localizer, Delta 5648.
Okay, let's get some more flaps. Flaps 3.
Delta 2120, turn left heading 360, descend and maintain 4000, join the runway
We're locked
33
in on
left.
the ILS. Let's ding the cabin. Let them know we're getting ready to land.
I probably said Delta, so American 2120 left
Okay,
heading
let's
360.
arm the
Descend and maintain
spoilers.
4000, join the runway 33 left locally.
We're 7.5 miles out.
360, descend 4000, joining 33 left localized, American 2120.
We're below 2500 now. I'll release brakes here. I'm in a gear, just a second. Okay. We're almost 5 miles out. Let's go gear down.
Thank you.
Flight attendants, please prepare for that.
Full flaps. Landing gear down. Seatbelts are on. Cabin is ready. Spoilers are armed. Low auto braking is on.
Air Canada 455, the wind calm, runway 33 left, clear.
33 left. Clear to land Air Canada 455. Thank you.
Delta 5648, descend and maintain 4000.
Okay, if we go to
Down to
manage
4,000,
speed now, is it?
5648.
Yeah, it's gonna get us down to landing speed. Perfect. Let's do that. We're less than 5 miles out. Plane is configured for landing. We have clearance to land. Everything here is set. Performances are set.
1,000.
1,000 feet. After landing, we are turning off to the left. Okay?
American 2120 established.
Where is this guy? I don't even know.
American 2120, cross Cohasset 3000, cleared ILS, runway 33 left.
Cross coast 3000, cleared ILS 33 left approach, American 2120.
Okay, we're at landing speed. We're locked in on the localizer and the glide slope. We're good on the PAPI lights. We're about 500 feet.
$400.
400. Auto land system is on right now, but we're gonna take it off. 300. Okay, 200 feet. Let's turn off the autopilot.
Boston First Net 2135. We might need to be put into a hold pattern to descend a little bit faster. Can you put me in a hold pattern at some point before I make my left turn here?
50, 40, 30.
United 2135.
5.
Okay, we
Okay,
saved
you're
it at the
cleared
end.
to Beery. You can hold at Beery.
Saved it.
The inbound course is your present heading. Right turns. Make it 10-mile legs, and then expect further clearance when you get down to wherever you want to be, and let me know.
United 2135 right, direct to Beery and right-hand turn, United 2135, thanks.
Delta 5648, cross Cohasset 3000, cleared ILS, runway 33 left approach.
Cohasset 3000, cleared 33 left approach, Delta 5648.
American 2120, the wind calm, runway 33 left, clear to land.
The left, 33 left, American 2120.
Air Canada 455, cross runway 4 left, then a left or right and out for the gate.
Cross 4 left, and I'm sorry, was it Alpha to the gates?
Yes, sir. Left or right, your choice. Alpha to the gate.
Alright, we'll do that. Crossing 4 left and then Alpha to the gator. Counter 455, thank you. Alright, let's clean up our wings. Put away the spoilers. Okay, yes, I know I turned off the autopilot. You don't need to yell at me. Okay, our choice left or right. Let's go left. Don't know why. Just decided. Go left. There's a jet blue. Okay, let's slow down a little bit. Let's clear all of the messages here.
5648, you're 4 miles,
Let's turn
5
on
miles
the
in trail of an Airbus.
APU.
Landing 33 left,
And
runway
our
33
logo
left, cleared
lights.
to land.
I'll turn this off and we'll put
Clear to
these
land, runway
away.
33 left, Delta 5648.
Okay, let's pick ourselves a gate here somewhere. I like this one that's kind of straight ahead of us to the right. Let's go there. Whoa. Not yet. Yeah, my sim is struggling today for some reason. Gotta figure out what's going on.
United 2135, you should be good on that one turn. Do you want to do anything more than one turn?
Okay, we can.
No, I'm not going to do more than one turn. So once I make this right turn here, can I continue direct Beery and then direct to the next waypoint?
United 2135, you're cleared direct Beery. After Beery, fly heading 360, descend and maintain 4000.
Descend and maintain 4000 and 360 after Beery, United 2135.
Okay, we are parked. We can get the APU running, which it is, so we can shut down our engines. We can turn off the beacon lights and the strobe lights. Okay. Next up, we can turn off all of that. What else do we got going on here? Let's see if we can get a jet bridge. Let's see if it'll work. We do need a ground power unit. Oh, it looked like it was gonna work and then it didn't.
Delta 1145, pushing startup.
Even though it's saying that it worked.
Pushing start approved, Delta 1145.
Okay. What can we do here? We can shut this
And
off.
Delta 1149, if you didn't hear that, pushing start approved, report spot 7 on Kilo. Ready for text.
Right, pushing start approved, report spot 7 on Kilo, Delta 1149.
All of our screens. Get our external power connected so we can turn off the APU.
And
And
United
seatbelts off.
2135, amend that heading, flies heading
No
020.
smoking
I'll need to get
automatic.
you over a little bit further to the
Fuel pumps
east
off.
to join localizer.
020, roger, United 2135.
Crew supply of oxygen off. ADIRS off. Okay, I think we can start deboarding.
Hey Boston, Walker 1108.
Walker 1108, Boston, go ahead.
I would like a VFR departure to the southwest. If we could have
Turn off
lane,
these
appreciate that as well.
screens and lights.
Okay, Walker 1108, you cleared out of the Boston Class Bravo airspace south. You're going southbound?
Yeah, southwest to New York.
Okay, Walker 1108, you're cleared out of the Boston Class Bravo airspace southwestbound. Maintain VFR at or below 3,000 at 3,000 till advised. Departure frequency with me and stand by for your squad. Walker 1108, squawk code 3534.
Alright, Walker 1108 cleared out of the Boston Class Bravo southwestbound. VFR at 3000, departure with you, Squawking 3534, Walker 1108.
American 2120, you can continue on Bravo to the gate.
Continue right to the gate, American 2120, thanks.
Delta 5648, welcome to Boston. Left turn off the runway when able.
Left turn when able, Delta 5648.
Okay, everything is turned off. In that case, let's take a closer look at what we've done here today.
Hey, Boston,
We'll
Walker
turn
1108,
off
to Goose the helicopter
Navigraph.
from signature, ready for departure.
Okay, I guess I didn't catch that. What's the aircraft type?
The Goose 8W139.
Okay, sorry, that took a while. Alright,
Walker
let's
1108,
take a
Roger, you
look
wanna
at
depart
our
from the ramp?
Volanta
Confirm, please.
and see
Goose
how
back
we
kilo.
did today. Let's review the flight.
Okay, Walker 1108, departure from the
Washington
ramp
Dulles
is
International
risk, remain
to
west of the
Logan
runway
International
33
in
localized.
Boston.
And
Weird little flight
north
path that we
of
had here.
runway 27 and advise airborne.
Block time was 1 hour 15. We did it in
west
an hour
of
and 2.
the,
400
33
miles,
localizer
2,500
and extended center line, and north of
kilos
runway
of
27.
fuel.
Departure at our own risk. We'll tell you airborne,
174
Walker 1108.
passengers. Landing rate of negative 124 feet per minute. Not bad. And 0.98 Gs. And landing speed of 128 knots. Did okay.
Yeah, Walker 1108, is that
did
3,000 going to be okay
alright.
for you? You want to go lower?
Yeah, 3,000's fine. Whatever works
Let's
for
check
you.
out our
Very
light
good.
slope here.
Boston approach.
Yeah, pretty nice and
Baron
smooth.
964 Golf Bravo 7000.
November 964 Golf Bravo, the Baron, Boston approach, radar contact. Well, I got the handoff anyway. It's getting too late for me. Boston altimeter 3016, let's see.
Yep, I think we did alright. All things
Remember,
considered
Baron
on our flight
4
today.
Golf Bravo, you can expect vectors for the ILS runway 33 left approach.
Okay, so in that case, I
We've got
think we are good to go. We've got
3016 and expect
everybody
vectors for the
deboarded.
ILS 33 left 964 Golf Bravo.
Is there a ground frequency here? No, there is not, and there's no tower either. So we are done with everybody. We're just with center. Just gonna give them a thank you, a good night, and we're gonna log off here. Okay, we're gonna turn off the nav and logo lights, emergency lights, no smoking lights. We are going to turn off the batteries, and we are going to turn
United 2135, join
down
runway
the
33 left
brightness on
localized.
this display.
Join the 383 left localizer, United 2135.
Floodlights are already turned off. Alright, let's say goodbye to ATC and then we can log off. Boston Center, Canada 455, thank you so much for the ATC. We're logging off. Have a good night.
Thank you guys for flying Boston and Air Canada 455. Have a good evening.
I love these guys at Boston. They're the best. Alright, turn off external power. Plane is cold and dark once again. And that means that we can also say goodbye to the ground power unit. We don't need that anymore. Let's take a look at us here at the Boston terminal. Very beautiful. It was a pretty good flight. It was uneventful, calm, and I just love flying into Boston. Their ATC is like the best ever. Other than the Toronto ATC as well. Those guys are amazing. But Boston, for some reason, whenever I started flying, they were always online, so that was one of the first airports I got the experience of flying on Vatsim and talking to ATC, and they were just super nice to me when I was new. I did let them know usually that I was a newer pilot, but they are always so nice about everything, and I always loved flying into Boston, so this became kind of one of my favorite airports. According to Volanta, our favorite route is flying Ottawa to Boston, which, yeah, I do actually enjoy flying that route. It is pretty cool. It's a short one, short hop, about an hour and 10 minutes max, and you're done. So I do very much enjoy flying into Boston, flying from Boston, flying to Ottawa, from Ottawa to Toronto, Toronto to Boston, and all kinds of like shorter hops, like an hour, hour and a half. I think my longest flight ever was almost 3 hours, and I thought that was already too long. But maybe one day I'll start doing some longer flights. Maybe I'll also start using the correct scheduled flight numbers. The only problem with that is that you have to keep on finding liveries that work with Microsoft Flight Simulator and work with the fly-by-wire model of the aircraft that I'm flying, the Airbus A320neo. So I will try, but it's not gonna be easy. The other idea I had is there's this website that allows you to create your own flight company, your own airline, and you can log into Vatsim, and it will find you on Vatsim, and it will figure out where you're flying and stuff, and it's gonna log hours for you, and you can create your own liveries, you can create your own airline, you can even have like random people joining your airline. You have to lease airplanes and stuff like that, so I think that could be really cool to do. I just gotta kind of get all of that set up before I do that. But if you guys were watching, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.